Are you in the market for an affordable paddleboard but still want all the features? Of course you do. Well, GILI Sports may have you covered. I'm Cody with Gear Pro Guide and most recently BoardersGuide.com, and today we have GILI Air's 10.6 model, and we'll dive into why or why not this board may be a good fit for you. Stay tuned. All right, so let's run through some of the key features here on the board. So we'll start at the front. You got a nice D-ring and action mount up here for your camera, cup holder, whatever it may be. A nice grab handle getting in and out of the water. Front bungee that's removable. Two side handles for maybe you've got your kids out on the board. In the center here, you've got your center handle for transporting. You've got a nice full pad here with the grooves. In the back, your pad's got the diamond for extra grip. 9 D-rings all over this bad boy, so you got 2, 3 over there, and then more front and back. A couple more action mounts here, again for cameras, cup holders, speaker, whatever it may be. 2 more handles in the back. Another bungee, which is new, removable. We like to keep this bungee back here so we can put our Bixby battery pack back here. And then in the back, your fill port, another D-ring, and a handle. Also a new feature would be your paddle support over here. I've lost my paddle plenty of times or fallen off the board, and this is a nice feature here, you know, when I'm not using it, to have it. And then underneath, for tracking purposes, you know, you got your 2 side fins, a center 9-inch fin, and then save the turtles. All right, first things first, so let's dive into the backpack that GILI has provided for this 10.6 Air model. First things first, it's a skinny, longer bag that they chose to go with, which isn't a bad thing. You got, most of the length above the shoulders, which is a plus. You don't want it below the shoulders because then you're dragging on your legs as you're hiking or anything like that. The board itself is only about 19-20 pounds, but of course I've got this thing loaded down with other gear. We just got back from the Keys, took it out briefly there. The weather wasn't the greatest, but I still have a lot of the gear in here from it, so which you'll see here in a second. But so let's go and dive in what you got. So you got this zipper pocket on the front, which in case you forgot where to put your stuff, it actually tells you fin pocket, where I've got my 3 fins, the 2 side ones, the middle, and then actually a controller for my boost fin motor. Got a couple mullies on here. You got another pretty big size front pocket here where I've got the Bixby motor that I took out along with the battery, which has quite a bit of weight to this bag, but I would rather carry it all in one bag. So it's a nice feature that, a lot of bags sometimes you can't actually fit all this extra gear in on top of your paddleboard, but in this one there's no problem. So carry handle on the side, another zipper pocket and mesh pocket on the side, both sides mesh zippered. Good 3/4 inch thick padding on the back, as well as a good padding, for your back as well, along with your shoulders, body straps. And then the inside. You got your board, folds all the way out, fits in here nicely. I've already been on this board a couple times, so this is, I didn't really put it back probably how I should have, and it still fits, which is good. You don't want to, when you first get the board, obviously it's perfectly in the bag and you're not going to have any problems getting it out. But after you get out there a couple times and put it back in, it's not going to be in the same situation. This one fits with no problems. Behind the board, I've got my paddle. Fits in here as well. What else we got? We got our fishing rod holder, our leash, and our repair kit. And teenagers running around acting like they own this place. So there is one thing I would like to see differently with this bag. It's got awesome storage. They could almost probably shrink this bag down a little bit with all the storage that it has to make it a little more compact. but would be wheels. You know, I like to be able to roll my paddleboard and carry my gear on the back, or have the option to either carry it on my back or roll it. In this case, you know, you have to wear it on your backpack. There are no wheels, so not a deal breaker, but would be one thing we'd like to see improved in the future. Kids these days, no respect for YouTubers. Act like this is public property or something. You didn't have to cut me off. Oh wait, it is. All right, so let's get this thing blown up and see what kind of features she's packed. All right, so we're out here on the St. Johns River. It's a pretty brisk day here in Florida. It's sunny, so it feels good, but it's only about 50-55 degrees. Real breezy, but we're protected by the trees right now on the St. Johns River. We're on the east side. If we were on the west side, you can't see it, but you know, it's actually kind of white capping out there out in the open. So we're gonna stay right here in the protected area. Beautiful day to be on the water, but let's run through some of the specs and features on this GILI 10.6 Air. So it's only 10'6", as we mentioned, 32 inches wide, 6 inches thick, pretty standard for paddle boards there. Weight capacity, 280 pounds, so not a problem at all, you know, carrying myself as an adult, you know, maybe a younger child if I wanted to bring my daughter out here with me, and as well as some gear as well, so no problems there. 3 action mounts. Our camera is actually on an action mount now, and then we got a few more of them on here as well. Plenty of grab handles, front, 2 sides, obviously one in the middle for carrying, and then you got a couple in the back as well. Dual bungees, pretty standard as well there in the front. You got your bungees that is removable, and then as well as the back. 9 D-rings. D-rings everywhere, which is, you know, if you've ever been paddleboarding before, coming super handy to strapping down all your gear or whatever else you may be bringing out here. Paddleboard holder, cool little feature. Sorry, not paddle board holder, paddle holder for your board. On the side here, you got bungees so your paddle doesn't fall into the water. All packed down. Got some waves coming here. Must have had a boat come by. All packed down in your bag. You're looking at about 20 pounds. So it's a pretty light board. So easy to get around. And then really that's it. So to top it off, we do have the full non-skid grip pad in the middle here, as well as the back, and then a 9-inch fin, center fin in the middle, which right now has our Bixby motor on. So we took off that, and we have our 2 side fins only to help us track. And really that's it. So we're gonna continue to enjoy ourselves out here on the water today while we can, and have some fun. All right, so one thing I do want to touch on real quick are the sunglasses that I'm wearing. So, you know, they are GeckoBrand sunglasses, $49.99, super lightweight, and they float. Huge feature for me. I've had Costas forever, $300 a pair. You know, you lose them and you're out $300, and you know, ruined your day. So if I lose these, 1, they float, so it's harder to lose, and 2, if I lose them, it's $50. It's not the end of the world. So no, I'm not sponsored by GeckoBrands. I could be, but I'm not. But I did want to, you know, at least show you guys these sunglasses, you know, that they do float. There'll be a link in the description. It is not an affiliate link. I do not make any money off of it. I just truly like these glasses. As you can see, they float, so super hard to lose while you're out here on the water, which is important, you know. So keep in mind, GeckoBrands. So now we are looking for my drone. It got off course as I was filming out there on the water and crashed somewhere in these bushes. And I'm hoping we can find it. I was pretty far away, so I'm not quite sure where it went in, but we're gonna keep looking because that's like a $1,200 drone. So stay tuned. Still looking. Hopefully we don't see any gators. What's that? I don't know. It came in right about here somewhere, so just keep looking up there.
1 hour later.
All right, so we found the drone. Let's hope. Let's hope she made it. The good thing is it did not crash in the water, so everything looks to be okay, but we'll find out. Alright, so let's wrap up this day and kind of go over some of the things we've talked about on this video. We are on the GILI 10.6 Air. Pretty affordable paddleboard, and they didn't skimp out on any of the features. You still have, for $545 or whatever it is, $550, $600, you still have all the features that you usually see on a board with the grab handles, all the D-rings and action mounts. They didn't skip out on those. So, and you even got your paddle holder over here on the side. So we're pretty impressed. Smaller board with it being 10.6, not a 12.6, 32 inches wide, but still pretty stable. Even for someone who doesn't stand very often like myself, I'm usually kneeling or on a bucket or something like that, or kayak style with the seat. So we're impressed, especially at this price point. So hope you enjoyed this video and it was helpful, and we're going to keep on cruising around. See you next time, and don't forget to subscribe to GearPro Guide and BoardersGuide.com. Thank you.